Hi there, welcome back. So today's video we're going to use, this is a cookie cutter, and we've got a selection of serviettes here, or napkins, paper napkins. These are 3-ply. We're going to separate them and we're only going to use the top part, so the pattern part. But a beautiful selection we've got there. You can pick them up most places. We've also got some of this air dry clay. Now this is made by Hobbycraft. I think I said in my previous video, it's quite wet. We're also going to use these little plastic tubs. They were yogurt pots, I think, but obviously you use what you have to hand. So let's make some progress, or make a start. Now I thought I'd got enough already at the top there, hadn't, so I just need to cut open this package a bit more. Yeah, definitely need to cut it open. It was still quite wet compared to other brands of air dry clay that we've used. It was a long time ago though. DAS, D-A-S was the other brand that we'd used. We have now got some of that. We ordered some. So our next projects that involve air dry clay will use that brand, and then we can make a comparison to the two. But at first, first or second use of using this particular brand, it is quite wet. I mean, when I first opened this, I don't know if you've seen the previous video where we did the thistles on the vase, the glass vase, where we upcycled a glass jar to a vase. It was, you could actually see the moisture on the clay when you open the package. Anyway, that's by the by. I've cut a section off using my lovely little yellow cutter or scraper, and that white powder is not flour, it's actually cornstarch. So it's just to create a little bit like if you are baking and rolling out pastry. You don't want it to stick to your surface. I've got a sheet of baking parchment or greaseproof paper down just to try and prevent it from sticking. Haven't got gloves on currently because I found them a bit of a hindrance when using air dry clay. Again, this is a little wooden rolling pin that you might use if you're using air dry clay, or clay that you can bake in the oven and so on. Just realizing there, look, it's still sticking to that sheet, which is an annoyance, to be honest. Right. So just deciding what I'm going to do next. I rolled it out using the acrylic roller. Apologies, there's no footage of that. Separated out the top layer of the napkin. As I said, they were 3-ply. Kept the other 2 bits to, because you never know. And then decided to do this method. Now, I saw another crafter on social media do this. I didn't notice them. They may have done, but I certainly didn't notice in the stories reel that I saw that they put like a PVA glue mix down on the clay so that the napkin stuck to it. They literally just put the napkin on, press down the cookie cutter like that to try and create some coasters, or just, you could use these as hanging decorations, whatever. But to be really honest with you, I tried it. I then decided, no, I'm going to wet the clay, see if that helps the napkin or the paper napkin to stick down to the clay surface any better. If it does, great, I'll continue on. If not, then I might try something else. With hindsight, which of course is a wonderful thing, hindsight, if I was going to do this kind of thing again, I'll make these coasters or little bowls, trinket dishes, bowls, whatever I'm doing. I will make them first, let them dry naturally, like you do with air dry clay, and then I'll apply the napkin in the way of doing decoupage that I know. So anyway, that's just my thoughts, feelings on this. There's nothing wrong with the way that they turned out. They are a little bit, should we just say, organic? But that's absolutely fine. I mean, don't forget, these things are handmade, not mass-produced, so always made with love and excitement and enthusiasm. Let's just say that. So yeah, I've managed to remove the napkin, but it's still sticking to that baking sheet, which is a shame. All I'm doing currently is going round trying to clean up the edges. Now you can do that by just if you've got a craft knife, by removing the excess pieces. What I actually used was a micro brush, which you can't see it unfortunately, but I can see it now. It hasn't got a bit of foam brush on the end of it anymore though, so it's just like a little pointy plastic stick really. And then I'm just tidying it up, a little damp finger all around the edge, and then placing it into one of those little yogurt tubs, pushing it down ever so slightly, because this is going to create the trinket like bowl shape. As you can see here, I did the rest of them. It's a bit of a better shot here. I think they look quite good, and I did 6 of them. They've got varying uses. Now this is 24 hours later. They're dry on the top, but they're not dry underneath, because obviously the air hasn't been able to get to them. They're still a little bit rough around those edges, and it's at this stage that you can go around and just very gently tidy up the edges. Now there are marks underneath from where the baking sheet creased when I was rolling out the the clay. Not a lot I can do about that, but I'm going to hide those, and you'll see how shortly. Bits of this video have been sped up. They're on a time lapse, just because you don't need to see me demold. It's like equivalent of demolding every one of these little dishes. But this is what I did. Just checking each one of them, making sure there's no cracks. There are no visible cracks currently. However, I do need to neaten up the edges, and then I need to let them dry for another 24 hours, a full 24 hours. What we are going to try and do, we're going to do a little tester piece of clay in the resiners curing machine that we have, and see if it actually dries out the clay, and we'll let you know how we get on with that. That'll be in a future project probably. So all I'm doing around the edges here, I'm just got my little wet finger, so a little bit of water on my finger, just going round the edges there, I'm just trying to wet them a little bit, so that when I use the tool I'm going to show you shortly, it does the job it's supposed to. Well, hopefully. Anyway, so there's all 6 of them ready for the next bit. If you can see there, I've got just showing you the lines, and obviously I'm going to be covering it with that napkin. So there you are. I mean, if you want something that's nice and smooth, don't roll it out on a piece of creased up baking sheet. Yeah. So this is this lovely little tool. Now I'm going to call it a trimming tool. I don't know its official name. If you know what it's supposed to be called, what its official name is, then why not let us know in the comments. By the way, if you're watching this today, thank you for watching the video. Why not give us a thumbs up? So like, share, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Free to subscribe to the channel. Normally, for whatever normal is in these days, we would do 2 videos a week on a Friday and a Sunday at 5 PM UK time. However, there are certain things going on, which means we're going to have to drop down to 1 video a week for the next few weeks. As soon as we can, we'll go back up to 2 videos a week, but we'll let you know. So this is another 24 hours later. They are completely dry. Now, I'm not a patient crafter, so this was quite difficult for me to wait that time, but I did. So this is the other method that I was talking about earlier. Now what you can see in that lovely purpley mauvey coloured pot is a mixture of just regular PVA glue. I used clear PVA glue and a bit of water. Also had another little tub of water, a little glass of water to hand, and a little fine tipped paintbrush. So there we go. I'm just showing you that you need to take apart the napkin, the paper napkin. Make sure you're only using literally, because they're 3-ply these were. Make sure you're only using the patterned part. Keep the other piece or 2 pieces, because you can always use them again elsewhere. So I'm going to just dip the brush into the PVA glue and water mix. There we go. And just cover the underside of this dish. Now this is the method I much prefer. Place your napkin on, smooth it on very, very gently, because don't forget this is quite fragile because it's only a very thin 1-ply. Taking the thinner brush and the water, just going round the edge of the napkin where it meets the edge of that little dish, applying the water, and you'll see the napkin comes away really easy. Smooth it down very, very carefully, very gently, very lightly. There we go. Just going over with the brush, a little bit more PVA glue, and water mix, and then just going over the whole thing so it seals it in. And then you need to leave them to dry, and if preferably overnight. You see, there's quite a few processes to this. So yeah, if you've used this in a resinous curing machine yourself to try and cure air dry clay, let me know. How did you get on? Did it work? Didn't it? Now I've got an upturned pot. These are a different shape, and all I'm doing is balancing that upturned Trinket little dish on it. Honestly, look at these. Here they all are. They look a little bit like mushrooms or toadstools. These would look beautiful as the tops of toadstools, so that's maybe another idea for something else. A little home decor interior piece, perhaps. If you've joined us in the live chat for the premiere of this video, hello. How are you all doing? What have you been up to this week? What crafting things have you been doing, if you've been doing any? Or what are you up to for the weekend? Or have you done, not sure if this video is going out on Friday or Sunday, to be honest. So if you've had your weekend, I hope you had a fab weekend, and looking forward to the weekend ahead. So all I'm doing here is I'm just using that water and PVA glue mix just to coat the inside of the Trinket dish. So this is in preparation then to seal the whole thing. Now, I let it dry for a good couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. And then what I did is I'm thinking to myself, I'm a little bit of gold. And for those of you who really know us very well will know a little bit of gold in our projects usually makes an appearance. So I dipped this dry brush into that little package of gold mica powder, reddish gold, fantastic mica powder from Jules at Regin's Jewels and Helena at Resin Detra Supplies, and then just literally flicked it over the surface of the Trinket dish, as you can see there, and then brushed off the excess very, very lightly with a dry brush, and then repeated the process over the rest of the dishes. Some of them have got a bit more on them than others, but they give it a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of sparkle. And why not? Obviously you don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you've got a different coloured mica, maybe a pale pink perhaps, that would look just as lovely, just as lovely. And then maybe don't do what I'm going to do with the edges of the dishes, but paint them in a different colour. Nothing to stop you. You could also paint the underside of the dishes in the same colour as the mica that you've literally just dusted over them. Now, gold, yes, these deco colour pens, they're fantastic. They are liquid acrylic, like mirror shine paint, and this is gold. They're made by, or we get ours from a place called U Studio, but you can also order them from Amazon. As usual, wherever possible, anything we've used in this video today in the way of materials will be linked in the description box below. Don't have any discount codes, I'm afraid, for you currently, or a storefront. We've temporarily closed the storefront with Amazon as well. So just going over the edge there, sometimes you have to press down a few times to get the paint to flow. Do that obviously to one side like I have there, and and then just dip it in and go all around the edges. It can be as light or as bold as you want it to be, totally up to you, your choice. And again, you don't have to do this, but here's a little finishing shot of what they look like. Now that gold is quite dull compared to what I wanted it to be, so one step I haven't shown you. After I'd finished this video, I actually went back to them and I painted over them with the Pebeo acrylic gold, brilliant gold paint, and they look stunning, absolutely stunning. So I need to seal all of these, so all I'm doing is chosen to spray them with some polyurethane varnish. This is clear glossy varnish. Now if you spray them inside, please wear a respirator mask, have all your windows and doors open out to the fresh air. If you've got an extractor system like we have, switch it on. Otherwise, please do this outside. Still wear the respirator mask. I obviously put my gloves on to do the whole mica situation, the addition of the mica, and then what I was just doing there as well was some of the varnish had pulled a bit, so I just spread it out with a little brush. And here are the end shots. Look at them, they look lovely in that warm glow of light as well. You can use them for all kinds of things. You could use them in the bedrooms, in your bedroom to put jewellery in. This is just the underside of those I'm showing you now. Yes, so you can pop your jewellery in them on your bedside table or nightstand, like I've done here. Or, you know, you could put them by your front door, put loose change in, your keys, and there you go. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again in a week's time. Take care. Bye-bye.